Yes, sir. Yes, sir. ओके ओके। अच्छा, मैं ही स्टार्ट करवा दूं ना? सर ज्वाइन करेंगे क्या? ठीक है, चलिए। ओके 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 ओके।
17 से स्टार्ट करते हैं।
Anil sir, are you ready for your session?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, Anil sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. On behalf of Hazaribag School Sahodaya Complex, now I welcome Mr. Anil Kumar with his topic. Today he will enlighten all the teaching fraternity who are available here to attend the in-house training with his views on the topic deliberating on ethics and integrity. So Anil sir, I am here to you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Is any more formalities?
No sir, you please continue.
Okay, sir. Okay. Actually, our president is not joined, but we are having a formalities. So, Honorable President, Hazaribag Sahodaya School Complex, Principal joined here, and our respected participants. Good afternoon to all. Sir, I am welcoming you all in this in-house training program. As it was circulated by the CBSE, we have to complete the training program by the CBSE and from in-house. We all are ready to discuss in-house training program. And now today's topic is deliberating on ethics and integrity. So now just I'm going to start.
क्या नहीं है अटेंडेंस नहीं हमने ना ज्वाइन की तो
Sir, the topic which I was going to discuss today, I think you will enjoy from this session. And the topic is also interesting. Nowadays, in diversity, we are facing varieties of problems. We are working in different institutions, more one working in different organizations, and maybe we will work in the different other organizations. But everywhere we need ethics and integrity. So now in changed environment, in changed society, in changed lifestyle, we are having a need of ethics. So our participants, I want to start from the ethics, and we will enjoy in between the discussion. We will have the activity also. We will have the interaction also.
कलरफुल बनाए अनिल सर को मानना पड़ेगा कलरफुल सबका व्हाइट व्हाइट ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट होता है देंगे
वो टीचर लोग हैं, जाओ ना, तुम देते जाओ।
नहीं ऐसे करके बढ़ाएगी तो वो लेते जाएंगे
ठीक है
Sir,
बाहर का
please,
गेट होगा तो ढकने में जल्दी है
the background sound is coming. Sir, ethics. Actually, ethics. This word comes from the ethos.
लेकिन ये ठीक नहीं
Ethos is the character.
बता देते हैं अगर अच्छा से लाइफ जीना है ना तो सप्ताह में कभी एक दिन छुट्टी लेना
Gulmati madam, please mute yourself.
ओ ऐसा है
घर में मन ही नहीं लगेगा, हम ऐसे नहीं रह सकते
तो आराम नहीं कर सकते हैं
है ना। हम जानते हैं रात
तब ठीक है
में
तब
रात
ठीक
में
है
3:30 बजे 4 बजे तक भी जगेंगे ना मैडम।
हाँ, हाँ।
हम ड्यूटी करेंगे, अगर वैसे घर में सो के नहीं रह सकते।
तब ठीक है तब जानते जब जब शरीर जवाब देने लगेगा तब छुट्टी
तब,
लीजिएगा
हाँ,
हम भी ऐसे ही किए हम भी मेरा पहले ना सीएल मेरा नेक्स्ट जाता था
Please participate.
फुलमती मैम माइक ऑफ कीजिए, फुलमती मैम माइक ऑफ कीजिए।
Mute yourself. If we need, I will tell you to unmute. Okay, sir. Ethics, that means ethics comes from the ethos, and the meaning of ethos is character. Whereas integrity, actually it comes from the integer, and integer is having a wholeness. So it is the wonderful word and wonderful character also. So if we want to discuss about the ethics, so discuss about the moral principles. A set of moral principles. We will establish and a set of principles that each individual agree to abide, accept by a being of the member. Really, ethics is a philosophy. It is a moral philosophy, and it is described or recommend the concept of right behavior, right and wrong behavior. Whatever it is right or wrong. Come the matter of the values it contains. For resolving question is in critical situation, it is very much useful. It seeks to resolve the question. The situation will be good and able. If in that situation, we will analyze with the help of the ethics. Actually, it is a science of ideal human character. It is a science of ideal human characters. And it is a science of moral duty. One who obey this ethics, they will have the good behavior. And it determines what a behavior helps in harms, what a behavior helps in harms, and what a behavior helps in the beneficial. The moral principles of a particular individual, of a particular tradition, they make a law. Actually, if we want to say about the ethics, it is a human ability. Ethics exactly is a human ability to think about the ethical problems, to conclude the ethical problems. Critically thinking, if situation comes from critical thinking, if we are facing the critical problems, there is a need of analyze, and we can do it with the help of ethics. That means it is a capacity, it is a capability to think critically, and it is the best for the society. It will be the best for the society. Now, if and if you want to do the good, but the good, it will be good for all. That means it will be good for common. Whatever we are doing, whatever our action is having, that action will be beneficial for all. So these moral values govern the conduct of an individual. Actually, it is not a burden to bear, but a prudent and effective guide which furthers life and success. If you want to become a successful person, it is much more beneficial for us. Whereas, if we want to describe the integrity, what does it mean? Really, the values, the moral values which come in the ethics, from how we will develop our moral values. Here, integrity, that is a practice of being honest. Honest is the values of the human being from which we will become ethical. And honest after practicing. So it is an integrity. It is a practice of being honest, showing consistent to a strong moral and ethical principles and values. Honesty and truthfulness. Always we are telling honesty. So it is integrity regarded as honesty and truthfulness. It ensures correct actions, harmonious relationship. How can we make the harmonious relationship between what we think and what we say? Because if we are thinking other and we are doing other, so in between them, there will be formation of a harmonious relation, and that is the integrity. So now, if we want to become ethical, so different terms of the ethics should be discussed, and from them, we people become the ethical. We have a need to make a justice, and justice cannot be made if or when the people will be partial. If unfair action will be happen, they will not do the correct justice. That means we have to differentiate what is exactly good, what is exactly bad. Then we will make a justice. So many of the terms which includes in the ethics, like belief, value, integrity, responsibility, accountability, sympathy, empathy, many terms, they can be studied, they can be discussed, like gratitude, forgiveness, fairness, commitment, justice, equality, equity, dignity, many of the terms. Like when we want to believe, actually what do we mean by belief? What is belief? And how the people will become ethical if we have belief? Actually, what we are having the internal feeling, and that is true. Internal feeling about something is true, exactly that is the belief. What I am thinking. But when we talk about the values, if we are just discussing ethics, that is the moral principles. And how can we make the moral? Moral can be made by the values. Value is a building block. It builds the moral, and moral builds our ethics, and then we will become the ethical, and then whatever we will do the action that will be in favor of the society, in favor of the humans. Like in responsibility, just I told about the integrity. Integrity, it is the practice to be honest. Only if we are telling I am honest and anybody is honest, be honest, it will not possible to make ourselves honest. If we will practice for making ourselves honest. Responsibility, one of the best. Actually, it is the ownership about some work. If it is given by anybody, it is assigned by anybody. So we will be responsible. We will have the responsibility, because anyone can assign after a belief. And anyone knows about you. You are having a value. That means the job, the assignment is given to you. So there, you will have a responsibility. You will have a duty to be responsible and do your duty. And then you will become ethical. Accountability, in the sense of official work, you are bounded to act in a particular way. That is the accountability. If you are having, it makes your moral high. And then the moral values makes your ethical, makes the people ethical. Sympathy, that means a feeling of sadness in response to the fact that someone else is suffering. And empathy, the exact feeling. That is the act of feeling the pain of another person in exactly the same way as he is feeling. So these are the terms which make people ethical. The other terms also comes in the ethics, like gratitude. That means if anybody has done your work, you have to tell them thanks. Thanks, you have done my work. It is a gratitude. That means thankful towards someone who has helped us in the way, like anybody is helping you. In return, what you will give? Thanks. You have done my work. You are helping me in this way. That means after giving a thanks, what we will get? Actually, that makes a relation. That improves the relation with another human being. One who is helping, and other who is giving you thanks. So that is the gratitudes. One another, the forgiveness. Suppose we teachers are always facing different type of problems during teaching. Varieties of administration problem will come. There always we will get, if we are not forgiving, then really we are not ethical. And after forgiving anybody, what will happen? Our mind will be purified. Suppose someone misbehave you, in that case, you are just returning and making some action revengeful. That will not good. That will not beneficial. That will raise the problem. But if you will forgive, that refresh your mind, that purify your mind, that strengthen your characters. Their moral value will be high, and you will be the ethical. In case of fairness, it builds the trust of general person in the process. Spirit of service. A spirit of service. That means nobody is telling you to do the work in proper way, but we need self-motivation. If the work is assigned by anybody, that should be happened in the good way, that should be happened in the proper way. But it will be happened with the help of a spirit of the service. And we people will become the ethical. Commitment also strengthens its confidence with respect to the particular thing. When the time will come for the justice to differentiate between the good and the bad, here we will have the character of, we will have the values for becoming ethicals. Equality also, equity also. So many terms can be discussed, many terms, with the help of many terms, the human beings will become ethical and they will be the successful person. They will reach up to their goals. They will be the social. They will have the great personalities. So after discussing the terms which can use to make ourselves ethicals, then we have to know about the importance. What we are doing this and what we will not do. If we will know about the importance, then we will understand easily either we will do this thing or not. Ethics make the society better. So why not we do? If so, we need the better society. We want to live in the better society, better cultural environment, better living environment. So ethics makes the society better. Equality, that means if we are having the moral values and if you are having an ethical, you can treat everyone equally. Otherwise, you will be the partial. That will harm the society. That will harm the people, individual. When we are having coming in the stress, so these values, these moral principles, reduce the stress, and we are actually living in the competitive environment. Here is a race. for the living style, for the lifestyle stress. So for reducing stress, we will be the ethicals. Then we enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. We will save, we will protect the human rights. Our action will be beneficial for good, for common. We will love to everyone. We can justice. We have a virtue. Varieties of functions, varieties of need for the ethics. Then now, why do we need the ethics? Really, actually, whatever it has importance, like it makes the society better. That's why we need the ethics. So everyone lead a good life. But how it is possible? Everyone will have the conception of a good life. Conception of a good life, someone wants to reach by using a shortcut, and they harm the society, they harm the institution, they harm the organization. So that is why we need ethics. Of course, we'll lead a good life, but by making a proper way, not a shortcut. The ethics, actually, it is a power of traditional religions and ideologies. And nowadays, what we are observing in the society, our ideologies is on a decline. Our traditional religions is on a decline. That's why we need ethics. Crime, terrorism, ecological degradation, deceptions, and many unfair practices are on the rise. That is why we need ethics. It can deepen our understanding of the ultimate goal of life. After applying, we can deliberate upon moral principles. We have some rules and regulations. If we cannot have the moral principle, we cannot exist in the surrounding. Never we can exist in the surrounding. That is why we need ethics, and the crime can be checked, terrorism can be stopped, ecological degradation can be stopped, unfair practices can be stopped by using the ethics. Our mind will be refreshed, and then we will think rationally and logically, then we will have the good result. Otherwise, in diverse societies, in environment, we will have varieties of problems. So now, the question is, how makes and what makes one perform an ethical moral actions? We are knowing the different terms, different values, morals, integrity. What is the use? Why do we need importance? So now the question is, what makes one perform an ethical? Only we are telling, we are discussing, that is not, that cannot make ethical. The conscience. Actually, it is an instrument which motivates ourselves and compels a person to do ethical things. Suppose, as for example, when in need, I steal some money from my friend's wallet. And after some time, the guilt start compelling to say sorry. to him and return the money. That means when we are doing the action, I'm thinking, I'm motivating ourselves. No, whatever I have done, that is not good. And there, the guilt starts and compels ourselves. And then the people will say, sorry, I have done this mistake. And I want to return the money. So in this situation, and in this practice, the people will be ethical. The people will have the moral actions. Now the social recognitions. Like the social custom, what will happen if we want to clean the street, our street in our locality? It may be some of them will tell, what are you doing? It is not the best. You can do by your own. But if we start the same, the other will also be compelled to do this. And they will come with me and clean the streets. So there, the people will have the moral actions. That means repeating the good things. If the good actions are repeated by the human beings, the more one people join there, and the action will be completely ethical. And that favors the society, that favors the healthy environment. If anybody is crossing the road, and in that situation, if they need help, and anybody is helping for crossing him or her, this practice perform an ethical. This practice perform the moral actions. And then your ethical practice, your ethical actions helps the needy, and needy will get benefit. In this sense, your moral, our moral, helping the needy persons, and the needy will get benefit, and our society will be fair. Our society will be fruitful. So this type of action should be done by the people, by the students of the schools. So when we will discuss only, never we will be the ethical. Whatever practices, whatever examples are given, we will have the practice, we will have the moral actions, then that, and it provides the benefit to the societies. So it will be, the practice should be continued inside the schools also. Otherwise, what will happen? Practice lacking of the ethical practice, lacking of action will be disappear from the heart of the students, and they will not have the ethical values. They will not have the ethical values. Then in future they can harm the society. So our duty is also we will continue the ethical actions. When the questions, its sense of larger good, just I told you, cleanliness. So cleanliness is a practice. And if it is done, or it is practiced by a human being, one human being, by a teachers, then the whole student will join there. And they will enjoy the practice and they will become ethical. That means in simple way, the people become ethical. But
सर माइक चेक कर लें, साउंड नहीं आ रहा है.
okay, sir. Sound is not reaching there.
Now
No,
coming.
sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, actually that's same is repeated in the form of animation. How the people become the ethical. When anybody is sitting in the exam, they realize and they analyze, they think rationally, and then they will become the ethical. Now we have some more points like if ethics is a set of morals, so we can differentiate between ethics and morality. What is the difference between ethics and morality? Like actually it is a set of principles that a homogeneous group of people hold as. That means a large number of group of the society holding, that will be the ethics, wherever the morality is a set of the principles that can individual hold as a right. Okay, that means an individual holds as right, a set of principles, that will be the morality. And ethics that hold a group of people holds as a right. Just as example, in 19th century, what was happened there? There was the self-immolations. Self-immolation was considered as the moral duty of the faithful wife during 19th century. Actually, it was a part of ethics of the society of that day. This is the ethics because a group of people of the society hold as a right. They understood okay, whatever we are doing, that is right. That is the ethical. But what will be the moral? At the same time, Ram Mohan Roy against that traditions. That is the morality. At the same time, a person like Ram Mohan Roy's morality indicated against it. So this is the difference between ethics and moralities. So if we want to know more about the ethics, the determinants of ethics, that means intention behind the action. Intention behind the action. That means some actions which is likely not good, so that will be the unethical act. And if it uploads any of the ethical value, that means whatever we are acting that has the ethical value, that will be the ethical one. Actually, it is decided by the society also, or the culture of the day holds as an ethical values. Individual value system also, like according to that individual, that action is ethical. That means it depends on the individuals also. If we know about the different type of ethics, so it has the meta ethics, normative ethics, and the applied ethics. Meta ethics, what do? Actually, nature of the ethical properties, statement, attitude, and judgment. What is the nature of the ethical properties? Statement, what I am telling, either good or not. Attitude, what I have done, either good or not. Judgment, what I have done, either good or bad. Normative ethics, actually, it is the standards of the wrongness and the rightness. It is right, but either it is qualitative or not. So wrongness and rightness actions can be examined by the normative ethics.
Excuse me, sir. Are you
Yes.
presenting your screen?
Yes,
I
what?
think, are you
Yes,
presenting your screen also? I guess it has stopped.
no,
Your
no, no,
presentation.
presenting or not
Your
same.
no, sir, your presentation is stopped.
Okay, 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 okay. Sorry, sorry.
Okay, please check it.
Okay. Now, why we are talking? Because sometimes we are facing varieties of critical problems. Uh, Sometimes it is so easy to differentiate, but sometimes we are having varieties of critical problem. Like that can be done, that can be solved by the applied ethics. Like uh, one thinks कि morality right action is one that produce a good outcome. This is the morality. And something is right because it produces right result. Other things what? What we will be the honest. If you want to get something in return after being honest, and that will not be the honest. Being honest is ethical. When it will be ethical, if it will be ethical, because one must not be anything but honest. But honest. Okay. So now applied the ethics. So with the help of example, we have to know about this. Is getting an abortion immoral? Is getting an abortion immoral? Here is the critical problem. How can you analyze it? Because abortion is not actually authentic. But when the person is suffering from any disease, when the person is suffering from any dangers, in that situation, it will be ethical. And the getting of an abortion will be moral. Okay. So, on the basis of critical situation, we can conclude this. Now we have the different diagrams. With the help of, we can conclude whether it is ethical or not. So look here, these diagrams, belief, values, integrity, responsibility, and dignity. It shows different actions, different ethical actions. And if you want to become ethical, so social development of values should be needed. And in this socialization, there will be so many agencies like a family, society, school, peer group, and the media. They all are helping for developing the values, because value makes us the moral, and moral makes us the ethicals. So role of the family, that is our dress codes, custom, aspiration, they are helping the people for making their values. Like create a harmonious environment, it is done by the family. Like suppose two children are brought up in the same family, one is honest, but other is other having a habit of stealing. Then how? Actually, one, there is the good values, that means through appreciation, that have the honest values, and which has the negative value, they are habituated, that means for stealing, habit of stealing. So role of education institution also, they applied different things like self-respect, self-confidence, a spirit of sharing respects, punctualities. They help to make the people valuable. Their value will be enhanced, their moral will be enhanced, but obviously they will be the ethicals. Role of the teachers also, like the teacher is a friend, philosopher, and a guide. So it enhances the honesty, moralities, truth, non-violence, and that students are copying our values. If we are doing the good, they will be the good. So these are the things which makes the values better. So when we will do, though in the public life. Okay, what are the ethics in the public and private life? So integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, leadership, selflessness. These are the actions, and as per this, we will not do. These are the things. These things like politics without principles. They are the sins. They are the sins. Wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, worship without sacrifice. It will not possible. If we are happening this, politics without principle, not be ethical. Knowledge without character, not be ethical. Science without humanity, not be ethical. So we have to see about this. We have to know about the some moral thinkers also like Gautam Buddha, Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekanand, and APJ Abdul Kalam. What they are telling, be prepared, have a vision, connect with people, be humble. What Mahatma Gandhi said, forgiveness is the virtue of the strong and not the weak. So these are the moral thinkers. We have to follow them. We have to display the biography inside the school and among the students. So the student will also be ethicals. Now, some things also, the formation of attitude, how and why we will form the attitudes. Actually, it holds because it performs the certain function for us. And if we will know the component of attitudes, so emotion, action tendency, and belief will be helpful for them. Now, with the help of the moral thinkers, now I want to conclude the session. After deliberating on ethics and integrity, we people will be ethical and we will do practice in favor of the society. We will enhance our values and obviously we will have the morals, and that morals helps us to be ethical, and that will be better for the society, for the organization, for the institution, for the others also. When we tell about the lesson of the Gautam Buddha, what he told, all forms of falsehood that should be refrained. All forms of the falsehood that should be refrained. Refrained for the enjoyment. Enjoyment, that means the people are enjoying with the drugs, the people enjoying with the drink, smoking. So that should be avoided. That should be avoided. That helps to be the value, to enhance the value in the individual. Like Swami Vivekananda, what he said, whatever you think, that you will be. Whatever you think, that you will be. If you think yourself weak, means if I know I am weak, I cannot do it. I cannot perform the better. So this is the weakness of the human being. If you will think yourself strong, obviously strong you will be. So this is the morale. And these thoughts helps the people, helps us also to make our values great and make ourselves ethicals, like the Mahatma Gandhi. Change yourself before you wish to see the change. You can change yourself. That is the better. If you want to see the change, so don't wait for them. And don't do. You yourself change. Forgiveness is the virtue of the strong and not the weak. If you are forgiving anybody, it is the strong values. you are having a strong values. It will make yourself better. It will be you will be or anybody will be the individual will be the successful person with the help of these values. If we talk about the APJ Abdul Kalam, what he told, be prepared, always, don't wait for the other. You will having the capability, if you will having the mission, you will having the aim, and you will prepare for them. You will be the successful persons. You will have the values. But next, you will have a vision. If we are doing something, but we don't have a vision, nothing will happen. We cannot do anything. We cannot do anything. So with the help of the vision, we can do. We have to follow this type of thought which are given by the moral thinkers. Connect with people, be people. If we are not connecting, I mean, we will have the good relation with the people. We are making the healthy society. We are making the healthy environment. Then automatically, we will connect to the people. If we are not respecting the others, how can we take respect from others? So you respect others, you can connect with the people. Be humble. In any case, you will be very much humble. Otherwise, what will happen? If the person, the individual, if anybody is suffering in adverse condition, so they can defame their qualities, they can defame their values. They will not be ethical. And ethics helps them, ethics helps us, ethics helps anybody to achieve our goal, to make the healthy society, to make the organization healthy, to make us accountability, to perform our responsibility, to know the dignity. We can justice. We can distinguish what is good and what is bad. Kindly mute yourself. Okay, so I hope that all of you enjoyed the session, and actually we are practicing in good way to become ethical. Kindly mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. Okay. So now I want to conclude the session. If we people will become the ethical, if we know the dignity, if we will know the responsibility, accountability, belief, and if we know the values, and if you know how to develop our values, then we people will become the ethical. And ethical favors the society. Ethical action favors the environment, schools, institutions, political platforms, that is everywhere ethical helps. So be ethical everywhere, and happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do in harmony. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for participating in this session.
Thank you, sir.